Welcome everyone to National Signing Day. I have said this before, but it is my favorite day of the year. Let's get a round of applause for our athletes. There's truly nothing better in an athletic director's life than to see these amazing student athletes achieve their dreams, and I'm so happy to be here with you today. Before we get to the students' achievements, I would like to celebrate all of the parents and siblings. So let's give a round of applause to our parents that are here and siblings. Because of your hard work, countless hours at games and practices, and driving your students to recruiting trips, your children can live out their dreams at the next level. Next, I would like to thank our Flint Hill coaches, one of which who has double duty as a parent and a coach today. It's really a privilege to work with such wonderful coaches who always put our students' needs first. I would like to thank you for everything you have done for each of the individuals here today. Now on to our student athletes. Together, these three individuals represent 2 varsity sports in volleyball and lacrosse, won 3 state championships, 4 ISL championships. Individually, we have had several Flint Hill State Awards, several Flint Hill Most Valuable Players, and Husky Award winners. Their achievements will forever be memorized in the halls and gym of Flint Hill School. Your accomplishments are inspiring and lead our future Huskies. Lastly, all 3 women standing before you are the definition of a Husky. I could not think of 3 women who demonstrate our core values of respect and value all equally, lead and support with compassion, act with integrity, imagine what's possible, and blaze the trail better. These characteristics is what ensures their success at the next level. Can we please have a huge round of applause for them once more? And now I'm going to bring up their coaches to really talk about each one of these wonderful ladies. So first up, Coach Fitzgerald to talk about Mackenzie.
Thank you, Diana, and I just want to start out by thanking everyone that was involved in making this possible today. We're in unique times, so the fact that we're here is fantastic. So certainly thanks to Mr. Thomas, to Mrs. Parenti, to Coach Denur, Coach Dave, Alice Yates. I know Tommy Herman, I believe, had a role in this as well, and forgive me if I've left anybody out. So I guess, as usual, it seems like we always find ourselves outnumbered at these things. We always have multiple volleyball players, and then the other sports we sprinkle in a few kids here and there. So I did ask Coach Abood, who's been a long-time coach with me and a family friend, and who has known Mackenzie, for some time, to write a few comments about Mackenzie. So he writes, as a family friend, I've known Mackenzie since she was a toddler. I wish I could tell you that I could see her becoming a Division I athlete from way back then, but I cannot. I'd like to be able to say, if it was clear to me during her early years playing lacrosse, that she would have the drive, focus, and talent it takes to achieve a high level of athletic success. But it was not readily evident. It became obvious that something more had kicked in as I watched her middle school games. Her determination to work at her skills, understand the game, and fight for success was starting to show in her play on the field. Her developing competitive nature was the final piece. As a friend and a coach, it's been a joy, such a joy to watch this evolution. So that was from Coach Dick Abood. Now, of course, I don't really know Mackenzie that well, so I'll try to think of a few things to say about her today to best describe her. I guess I would first start with growing up with Mackenzie at a very young age. You kind of had an idea of the type of person that you'd be dealing with. So whether it was from a creativity standpoint when she decided to draw a mural on one of her bedroom walls at the age of 4, which was somewhat of a surprise, to realizing that every time she put a tooth underneath a pillow that the tooth fairy would reward her by putting money underneath her pillow. And of course, much to her kind of determination, she decided that every time that she felt something was loose in her mouth, she would just reach in and rip it out, whether or not it was ready to go. From a competitive standpoint, I'll never forget the day, and of course it was associated with your brother, but the day that Mackenzie came home and found out that her brother had learned to ride his bike without his training wheels prior to her, and having her show up and say, take them off immediately, and then sure enough, somehow she jumped right back out in the road and learned to ride right away without her training wheels. And then I would say from a discipline standpoint, early on Mackenzie would come home from school, sit in her uniform, and refuse to get out of it until she finished her homework. So here we are now. As her coach, as a player, Mackenzie is relentless, selfless, team first, always, I would say, direct with her teammates, which is a unique quality, but one I respect a lot. In terms of showing leadership, I think that's going to continue to help carry you forward as you continue to develop as a student athlete. As your coach, I just want to thank you for allowing me to be part of your life. And we've always managed to have a great relationship as a player-coach, and obviously a father and daughter relationship. I don't think that ever got in the way. So again, I sincerely appreciate being on this journey with you. As far as the type of person that Mackenzie has become, and this is what I sincerely believe will carry her more than anything else, she's had a tremendous experience at Flint Hill. She's developed into just an incredibly well-rounded individual. I love the fact that you've had the opportunity to enjoy so many other things at Flint Hill, try other sports, be a part of the major minors program. You've really developed into a true student athlete. So we're all very proud of you. I also want to make sure that I thank your mom for helping you guide you through this journey. But again, credit to you, and we wish you nothing but the best of luck at Ohio State. So with that, I'll say OH. Ohio. Okay. Thank you.
All right, I'm going to bring up Coach Carroll to speak about Zoe and Elena.
Yeah, thank you all for being here today. Before I get started, I just want to say I'm standing out there looking at you three young ladies. Very impressive what you've accomplished here during your high school careers. And I was just thinking that of a couple of things that you all three have in common. And the first thing that you all three have in common is that you all three have amazing, incredible, outstanding, remarkable parents, and you do, and I've gotten to know them a little bit, and the support, the encouragement that they have given you, there's no doubt that you would be here today if it weren't for them. So make sure you hug them, you tell them you love them every single day. The other thing that you have in common is, and I know you all three have worked so hard to be where you are today. You've gone the extra mile. It's not just practicing at Flint Hill, it's doing the extra things. And that's what's gotten you these letters that are in front of you today, and this opportunity to play at the next level. And we all look forward to following you and to cheering for you over the next 4 years for sure. Okay. Oh yeah, I was just thinking, Mackenzie actually played volleyball her freshman year, I believe, so don't forget about that, right? All right, I'm going to talk about Zoe first. I'm extremely grateful and excited about this ceremony today to be able to take a few minutes to recognize and celebrate Zoe. I think it's important, as I said before, to thank her parents, Michael and Eva, for their support of their daughter, the sacrifices that they've made to help Zoe reach her goal of playing at such a high level in college. Coach Dave and I can't thank you enough for making the decision to send Zoe to Flint Hill. And I know that you two, along with Evie, and your family are so proud of Zoe and that you are her biggest fans. Even though Zoe has only been a part of our Flint Hill community for about a year and a half, Coach Dave and I have known Zoe for quite some time, watching her compete at the club level since she was about 14 years old. Determination, she is a true competitor, and when you combine that with her extremely high volleyball IQ, she is unstoppable. I have seen her outsmart her opponent on so many occasions. Zoe is also very talented. She not only has great hands, but she also is a great decision maker, always knowing where to set the ball. She often makes that hardest set look so easy. Last fall during her junior season, she was always our first server, and this was for a good reason. She led our team in aces with 89 and had over 100 more serve attempts than the next player on our team, all while serving 95%. She was extremely effective in serving the ball to particular zones, which is so important and strategic in the game of volleyball. Zoe has also led our team in assists with 542, many of them going to another young lady who is with us today. Zoe also earned All-League, All-State, and second-team All-Met honors for her accomplishments last fall. The University of Maryland is not only getting a great player, but a wonderful teammate and an exceptional student athlete. Zoe, you are so deserving of this. You've worked extremely hard and are always wanting to get better. I know firsthand that you will take advantage of every opportunity to get reps on the court. You always did this, not only attending regular practices, but also seeking out those extra opportunities that were optional to play and to improve. These qualities are why I know you will be successful at the next level. We look forward to watching you compete in the Big Ten against the best teams in the country. Congratulations, Zoe. Go Terps, right? But we'll save that for another day, right? All right, now I'd like to move on to Miss Elena Dupre. Speak about Elena. Elena's been a member of our varsity volleyball team for 4 years. She takes great pride in the fact that she's been an integral part of 3 state championship teams during her freshman, sophomore, and junior seasons. Simply stated, Elena is a winner. During those 3 seasons, her teams accumulated an overall record of 96 wins and only 2 losses. This past August, Max Preps named Elena the best high school volleyball player in the state of Virginia. To fully understand and appreciate the accomplishments of Elena, we have to think about how she started and how it's going. Okay? I first remember Elena when she was an 8th grader at Alexandria Country Day School. She was on that middle school team that came over to play the Huskies over on the other campus. And we won't talk about who won that match, but I remember Elena watching her compete, seeing her potential, recognizing that it would be awesome if we could get this young lady to come to Flint Hill. During the application process, we were fortunate to get to know Elena and her parents, Michael and Kathy. Elena was somewhat shy and quiet. To be honest, I was a little worried that Elena would choose that other school, whose name we won't mention, that was just down the street from her house. Well, I'm so thankful that Elena overcame her reservations about riding a school bus and chose to attend Flint Hill. Where is she now? She is signing a letter to play Division I volleyball in a Power 5 conference. Virginia Tech is so fortunate to get this talented, hard-working player. I also want to emphasize the time in between, how she got to where she is. The most rewarding part of all this for Coach Dave and myself is to have been part of Elena's journey so far, watching her grow and develop both on and off the court. This young lady has worked extremely hard, setting goals for herself, reaching them, and then setting higher ones. Last season, she had 385 kill attempts, totaled 264 kills with only 42 errors, which resulted in a remarkable 577 hitting percentage. I distinctly remember our state championship match last fall against St. Catherine's, where Elena was being double and triple blocked. All Elena did was total 16 kills on 26 swings with only 1 error. She also accumulated 7 blocks in that match and came up big on the biggest stage. So thank you, Elena, for choosing Flint Hill. Thank you to Michael and Kathy for investing in this school, in our volleyball program, and in our community, and trusting us with your daughter. Congratulations, Elena. We look forward to following your career and cheering you on at Virginia Tech. Go Hokies.
All right, so now is the moment we've all been waiting for, where they will get to sign their letter of intent. So before they do that, I know we're a little bit of a smaller crowd, but can we make as much noise as possible? Make as much noise as possible. All right, girls, sign your letter of intent. Congratulations! Woo! Thank you so much for everyone for being here.